Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy 420. Tweet out the room if you want to. Who knows? Who knows how it's gonna go? I'm kidding, obviously. Tweet out the room. Let's go. In this time, man, you happy man. You get carried away by captivity. Carried away by captivity. In this time, although them say themselves, Jah, return the pieces of silver. Jah that live forever. You might go come with lightning and thunder. In this time, anyone can tell a lie, but the truth reveal itself. Oh, you are the say that you love Jah, yet you fight tribal against your brother. In this your time. In this your time. Delilah knew what you wanna know. Samson, he got to take the blow. Man, if he know himself, don't you know? Birds tangled by them feet. Man, I got tangled by them tongue. So it was written, so it must be done. In this your time, yeah. In this your time. In this your time, yeah. In this your time. You know, I play these songs for a reason. If you guys listen to the words, you'll get it. And yes, if you've ever called me and I didn't pick up, then you know this song. Ah, shit. What you wanna know? Samson, he got to take the blow. Man, if you know himself, don't you know? Birds tangled by them feet. Man, I got tangled by them tongue. So it was written, so it must be done. In this your time, yeah. In this your time. In this your time, me brethren. In this your time, yeah. You got to know yourself, yeah. You have to know yourself, brethren. Yeah. Why ya fight tribal against your brother? In this your time. We got too much important shit to talk about. If you guys haven't noticed, the markets just make no sense. And I like starting these shows by just taking a look, because you never know what you're going to find. Like, ETH is back up. And if you look back over the past couple months, like, ETH is outperforming Bitcoin by 65%. I mean, we saw that coming. So that's cool. What else is new?
What up, though?
Alpha Luna's up another 20%.
Yeah, we're not touching that.
Yo, it's 420. Smoke him if you got him.
Let's go. It's another 420. It's another day. So much. Excuse me. So much going on. It'll make your head spin. But we don't want anyone to be confused. We don't want anyone out there with lingering questions. So bring them up here if you got them. Smoke them if you got them. Shoot those questions off if you got them.
I got a question for you. You want to know what my favorite part of the job is?
Yes.
3-hour one-on-one conversation with community members. Isn't that cool? Like, you really get to learn a lot about people, a lot about, just the folks that come in and out of the spaces all the time. It's really cool to get to know these folks, right? Share personal things that happen with me, and they share personal things that happen with them. Like, it is a really, really
That's
unexpected reward.
Yeah.
Of the job.
Like when I was asking you questions yesterday or whenever that was, it's like, it's not just when people come up here for the first time that we want to talk about you. I give people a hard time, but that's just people that do it every day. It's like, all right, we get it. It's not about you. But we want to hear about everybody else, so come on up.
It's funny. I actually hated you making it about me.
I know,
I guess it's
but
good.
people want to know, man.
They
And
do.
I
They
want
do.
to know. You know what I was just thinking was, I don't even think you've heard that voicemail. Like, have you heard my voicemail?
Oh, God, yes, I've heard your voicemail.
Oh,
That's the only thing I hear every time I call. Which has been twice because I gave up after that.
Okay. Oh, shit, Murph, you scared me.
Why do I scare you?
No, because you have my number, yet we haven't talked on the phone.
I know, and we're killing it. I was just talking about that.
Isn't
I
it
love
wild?
this.
People
It is
must think that we talk
freaky.
all the time.
That's what yes, and I had to answer that question. They were like, "How do I get a hold of Alpha?" I'm like, "Dude, you find out. You tell me, because we don't talk." I said,
Oh man, I hope that's not why they're getting in touch with you. That's funny because y'all getting in touch with him for the wrong reason.
Dude, that steakhouse hits me up just because you don't answer the DMs. That's the only reason they speak to me.
What are they telling you? I'm antsy about the steakhouse.
Yeah, when we getting them airdrop NFTs, them chefs or whatever.
Oh, I can't tell you that.
Why?
I'm privy to stuff now. Like, it's awesome.
Oh, so you just can't say nothing?
I know, and I know stuff
everything.
that Alpha doesn't know when it comes to the steakhouse, because they even tell me what they're going to do for him and tell me that I can't say anything about that. I'm like, oh, you're killing me.
Right? All of us now, Murphy.
I hate it. It sucks knowing shit and not being able to tell nobody, because I just want to scream it out from the rooftops going, get this and get that. And yeah.
Like what?
Who knows about
like what?
who knows about these Trill trash cans? Who knew about
Dude,
these until I
that's
put them in the
news to me. Like, what the hell's a trillionaire trash can? See,
Hey,
we don't talk, y'all.
Find out on it. You got a Twitter or something I could go look at?
Yeah, I messed it up yesterday. It's at Trill Trash Cans. Trill, TIR. TRILL. TRILL. Trill.
Is it a project?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it? Give us the.
It is a Chronos project. Wait, I just X'd out of their page. Why did I do that? Hold on a second. I don't want to mess this up.
I'm gonna find
anything to get it off of our creepy relationship.
We're gonna find any Aristodogs in there?
No, sir. These are. It's a 10K, and you'd be surprised because they actually told me about this a long time ago, and I just forgot. This has been planned for a while. Let me look through my thing and see how far back this goes. But did you guys find the page? Oh, they're not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, I found it.
They're not going to make it for 420, but we'll try to get them in here tomorrow. First time they DM'd me was November 29th, 2021. Beat that, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's dang.
I think that even beats Ball Out, and we started talking about his music like way back.
I don't know. I was just about to say, yo, it's my Twitter birthday, yo. You know what I'm saying?
No shit.
Hell
Happy birthday,
yeah,
Ball
it's my
Out.
Twitter
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
yo.
Ball Out. We should
Hey,
drop a Ball Out track. You got
we
something lined
should.
up?
Yo, I just pop it up right now. What you want, a Ball Out track?
Boom.
Let's
Ball
do
Out
it.
split that. No, I'm just. Well, yo, I'm doing like a 100 Crow giveaway, man. All you gotta do is like screenshot my NFT profile, like and retweet that thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just want to get back and celebrate a little bit.
I like that. Screenshot your profile and tweet it out.
Yep, or just post it in the comments. Yeah.
So that trillionaire trash can hit you up in November, and they decided, hey, let's revisit this in the bear market.
Let me see if we've got reasoning here.
Now, it's an interesting concept because, I would think that trillionaire trash cans would probably be empty.
Yeah,
Or
in
one.
December, they said, tell them to look out for Trill trash cans dropping next year. If we sell out, we're doing $150K in cash prizes and donating 20% to clean trash and debris out of the ocean and a clean society in Massachusetts. Gang, gang. These are my massholes. Masshole trash holes.
Good cause. I could imagine there being like a couple of like high-end TVs or Rolexes just tossed in the trash of your trillionaire. It'd be interesting to see what they fill them with.
This is so funny. I'm glad I'm looking back because this is a flashback. For real though, like, how much more do I have to say? They've been here from the get-go. That's what I like.
I bought lots of NFTs with less information.
Mm-hmm. Target, man. Like, that's real. That's real. Joe Q, what it do?
Hey, hopefully, I know you keep saying this, that it scares me half the time. It scares you half the time I come up. But this is actually a real chill kind of thing. Talking to Chronoballs the last couple of days. How many of you guys know that he's going to be on a race car down in Florida on a dirt track race?
How many of you know that the local news is coming to cover the Bleacher project this weekend?
How many of you know that you can get your own logo up on a banner for a $50 donation, and that banner will fly from anywhere from 6 months to 6 years, and if you're quick about it, you could throw a QR code on it.
CBZ? Yeah, well, beat that one, Joe.
How many of you know that if you have that Chronoballs token, it's going to pay you back? I couldn't copy it. Just, couldn't do it.
The last one.
You win, Alpha. You win. But no, the banners, guys, 10 to 15 logos on a banner, as many banners as sell out. You can throw up your project NFT, your personal NFT that links back to the project that you like. $50 donation, send that information on over to Chronoballs. He'll get the stuff minted up. It'll be flying at the park. Like I said, for the next 6 months to 6 years. 6 months is probably the minimum. 6 years is when it will probably disintegrate and fall off the wall. But hey, is what it is. Promotion's promotion, right? Positive promotion is positive promotion. There we go. Stepping back.
That's the 4 Ps. Yeah, man.
Hey, Ball Out, I did that right. I followed your directions right. Go check that for me.
Yo, if you did it right, you're probably the only one that did it right. You know what I'm saying? So
that's my guy, Yogi. He's a white guy. Don't get it twisted.
Dude, I'm still laughing about that. I'm still thinking about that and laughing about that.
You still sound black. Oh man,
Yeah,
I'll never get
you
over it.
did it. You did it, Yogi. Good shit, brother.
Nice
Right,
job,
bud.
Yogi. It's that easy, folks. Like, we're not playing games. Well, we are playing games, but like good games. We're not
Yeah,
playing games
the
with your
fun
head.
type. The fun type that you can actually win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Play to earn. What was the new one this morning? Play to. I'll check the tapes. What else is cracking? Work? What's up
I
with
know
Kid?
what's up, work?
Oh, his cat died. Sorry, work. That's a bummer. Let's get a jungle heartbeat for work, because work is for losers and NFTs are for winners. Do 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 do. Oh, I gotta for the new people, you gotta use your emoji bar. That's the heart with the plus sign. Hit that and then hit the heart again. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. That's how you show your support. And it makes the purple ring around your head so everybody knows where you are and they can come and find you. That's the trick. That's the secret.
Hey, Alpha, I'm gonna say, hey, there's 47 people in here, and there's only 7 likes and 7 retweets. Tweet out the room, people.
Yeah, today again, because it was a little bit rocky the past couple of days, I didn't like put it out ahead of time because I was just like, let's see what happens. Because we're gonna have some very special guests coming soon, and I think we all need to be on our best behavior.
You got Cheech and Chong coming? Man, I knew you'd do it.
We're working on that, dude. I'll never give up on that. They're around, but no, just some respectable Web3 people. Get them to come and talk about their stories. Speaking of which, it's your story, Lo.
Right now, I'm just shopping. Just
What
shopping, just shopping, just shopping.
what are the what is the masks? What's the hidden message with the masks?
Which mess?
On your name now. You got
Oh, no, I
like
mean,
actors.
yeah, it's sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're sad. We have to acknowledge that we're people, we're humans.
Very true.
Yeah. But now just doing a little window shopping right now. Market, like you said, was down earlier, and I was hoping it would go further down so I could scoop some more cheap ETH. But it
It
popped.
surprised me. Yeah, that really surprised me.
I'm expecting a little bit of I think what's been helping prop ETH up has been the merge coming. I think it's supposed to be 11th and 12th.
Yeah, the update went live, no hiccups, and that was the last thing that needed to happen before the merge. So now it's just like smooth sailing.
Yeah, so I think right now they're decoupled, right? Bitcoin and ETH a little bit, and I think we'll see um, it's starting to correlate a little more after the merge.
Yeah, I need to know what to do. Let's be serious,
We all do.
because I have ETH 2.0 in Coinbase, and like I was saying, I had some in my wife's account, and I was one of the first ones to realize the day that for some unknown reason, I was on her phone for the first time in months, and I was like, what is this CB ETH? They had just done it, and it was like, all right, now you can actually wrap your ETH 2.0 and send it out of Coinbase and trade it. So I did it with hers, but her account isn't KYC'd, so there's some like 4-day holdup, and I'm
Oh
kind of
no.
waiting for it to hit my account before I like do anything else. But I feel like you got to get your ETH off the exchanges before the merge.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it's safer that way.
Yeah, right. And also, I was watching Everything Crypto's video today, which I do on a daily basis, and I highly recommend everybody do the same. He was talking about this hard fork, and that there's this ETH proof of work fork that's going to happen. And if you have ETH on chain, you are receiving the same amount of ETH on the hard fork chain.
Interesting.
That's an airdrop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double your bag real quick. And they also did it smart. They're not allowing any like leveraged or borrowed ETH or staked ETH. It has to be on chain ETH. No wrapped. Yeah, no wrapped. None of that.
Yeah, because I'm sure all the software that's required to make all this kind of seamless integration is complex, and the fewer things that they have to account for, the better. But yeah,
just trying to stay on top of everything.
And mostly,
here.
Yeah, for sure. And once the merge happens too, like I know with some of the updates Chronos is going through on testnet, there should be some more efficient ways of bridging ETH and Chronos with the duplication of ETH, the ETH token on the Chronos side that might allow people to come over here a little more seamlessly. So I'm excited to see how that plays out, because obviously, we need more people over here to really help build this chain.
Right? And I've been preaching this from day one, and I can't be wrong about this. I didn't know what I was talking about when I said it the first time. And I guess I still don't know what I'm talking about. But you've heard about the gravity bridge, and you've seen the way that CDC does things. And I can't help but feel like everything is just coming together here in mid-September. Cardano's doing a huge update, but by far the most important thing is the merge. And I just want everyone to be prepared, because whatever that acronym is, it's just piss poor.
100%. But now, other than the markets, it's just been an interesting day, man. Another day in Chronos. You can't write some of the stuff that goes on in this space. It's entertaining, for somebody who's looking for a distraction during the day, sometimes, and just try to, you try to multitask and you try to take care of business, and it's always nice to have
days of our lives ain't got shit on us.
I missed it. What happened? Spill the tea, Lo.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, don't be trying to cause
Get
any drama. Yeah. No, it's just it's like we talked about the other day. It's organizational behavior. This is a storming phase for Chronos, and with that comes a lot of intricacies, and like we talked about also yesterday, this is global. This is not regional, and so cultural differences and cultural norms, right? You can't account for them sometimes when words are shared or texts are shared. So, it's just all part of the learning process.
Yeah, and you'll notice, maybe not if you're new, but you'll notice if you've been here, there's a lot of mudslinging, and then there's a lot of hugging if you stick around. These guys, they love to swear at each other and call each other names, and then honestly, not best friends, but they're cool. It's very strange.
Yeah, I think there's a internalization that occurs, like gut reaction at first, right? And then, as we do, right, we go and we interpret that and internalize it and make it maybe out to be a more than what it might necessarily need to be. And rather than necessarily just open up a line of communication, sometimes we let that foster or fester, and it grows, it grows, it grows, and then we finally, uh, get the chance to share our feelings or our thoughts. It not always delivered in the right way.
Yeah, because in essence, what we're dealing with in those situations is um, power struggles. And I don't think as humans we've adapted to these types of power struggles without face to face contact. People are asserting themselves on Twitter,
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because we take it all the way back to the caveman. Uh,
peacocking. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and so, the whole face-to-face thing does help, but I mean, reality in business world, right? Um, uh, there is a lot of stuff that's done not face-to-face. When it comes to politics, there's a lot of manipulation, and so we all, uh, uh, you know, that has its own can of worms, right? And so this is almost like a micro version of politics on a less drastic scale that doesn't affect greater humanity, but has a lot of that same toxicity that goes on in that
It
realm.
feels like it affects humanity, right? Like I I get I get
It
into
affects
these
here.
discussions with my wife. Like this is world changing stuff that we deal with. Like everything is brand new. Look at what COVID did. Like COVID killed the handshake. What does that do to business relations? Who
Oh
knows?
yeah, it COVID killed the handshake, and but it also showed people how much they need each other, and so I think that help build the NFT space, to be quite honest, and the desire to be a part of community. So it is weird because,
It's powerful.
oh
It is
yeah,
powerful. People are blown away when I talk about this, or they probably don't even believe me. But when I was in college studying psychology, I took a course on ostracism, and the power of ostracism in societies is just mind blowing. Like you can literally drive people insane by ignoring them.
if you have kids, if anybody has kids in here, they know how that goes.
If you shun someone from society, like they will stop eating and sleeping and they will die.
Weak ass people, bro. I need my peace. Can't.
Hello?
Oh yeah, I was just seeing if I could get up into the fucking space, and I was like,
You
COVID. I
are.
think it's Kobe here, pandemic or some shit, but didn't do much here in Canada. We still handshake, we still hug.
Freedom.
Oh, I was just speaking in general terms.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it in business, right, where even the way meetings are conducted, they're not in the same way. And think about it even this way: when you hear somebody cough behind you, what's the first reaction you have?
Duck and cover.
Yeah, who the fuck coughed, right? And how close are they to me?
Honestly, like
Yeah.
we definitely can't act like it didn't. It didn't
When
change
when when
everything.
somebody coughs, I ask who's got the good fucking weed.
Oh, I can usually smell it before I hear it.
But I think about it like this too, Alpha, right? This also goes back to the whole reflection on history. When the Great Depression, you probably have great grandparents or grandparents that grew up during that phase, and it really changed the way they managed money. And I know,
And the way their kids manage money. In fact,
oh yeah,
we were just talking about this in Maine because I was up there with my wife's mother, and like you said, her mother grew up in the Depression. And when we eat lobster, she always talks about this because it's like, my mother, even though they ended up having money at the end of their lives, like she just always ate every piece of it. That's the story. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, they count every nickel. They don't like splurge, right? And they've got money in the bank. And but it's just it's similar to people who grew up during the Cold War era, right? And the fear of where they had to run drills of getting under their desk and things like that. That sat with people for a while, and so this will have its own effect. on society and how we interact with each other. And I think it opens up our eyes too as to the technology that the rapid pace of technology in biomedicine. Not necessarily just in the whole vaccine portion, but when we think about biological warfare, right? Because it is interesting how this virus itself was targeting different types of people, different, and it had different effects on based on your genetic makeup. So
Very true.
yeah, sorry, man. I get into these deep rabbit holes when I
I
start
know. I
thinking
didn't
about
know which
people.
way that one was gonna go.
Yeah. It could have gone. We could be here until the third 420 and still be talking about this. But I figure people want to talk about something more fun. So
I like when you said technology because that's the most exciting thing. Whether it's biomedical or Web3, like the society stuff, the
yeah,
the portion of it that's moved into Web3 is interesting is a understatement.
yeah. I mean, folks probably don't know this about me, but like my background's engineering and business, and in my field, it's technology development, strategy, and business development. And so a lot of time is spent analyzing emerging technologies and thinking about future technology. So yeah, we got to be careful when we start talking about things like this because yeah, it'll be 8 hours later and we'll still be talking about this.
So here we go. Santi, what's up with you? Oh, he wasn't ready for it.
Hello.
CDN. Hello, hello. I'm kidding, Santi. You can still go, bro. Oh shit, he really takes it seriously. CDN. ¿Qué pasó?
I was just chilling. No, you guys were talking Cheech and Chong, so I threw up my little homies in Dreamland PFP and came up.
I'm digging it.
That was long ago.
So can you get Cheech and Chong in here or what?
I could get it. I could get in their Discord and for sure ask, man. But I think that's where it was going. You're right. Yeah, that was it.
What do you guys think is what is it gonna take for us to get over this lip? Like we've been hovering at like 65 to 85 people for a couple of months now. Like what's gonna push us over 100 on the regular? Because these other spaces, there's not a lot of them, but there's a small group of NFT spaces that regularly pull over 100, and we definitely are supposed to be there.
I think we would be there if it wasn't for I think if it wasn't for the bear market and some of the challenges that some of these projects are experiencing, like the meerkats and things like that, that maybe impacted the ecosystem because there was a lot of momentum and you see it on Ibisus, right,
Yeah.
where their volume really got impacted. But I think some of these other spaces too, AlphaGo, they started doing cross chain,
Yep.
and that's what it is. I think when they go cross chain, um, that's what helps bring in more people.
Huh. I don't want to change anything, but I do want to grow.
But bro, there is just one comment and there is just 15, 16 retweets, and I mean the algorithm. I told you about the Spaces dashboard.
The Web3 thing. I did it for a couple of days, and you know what happened? I got bots, bro. I got botted. It was just like I started getting those like YouTube videos, and then the one that like responds to the YouTube video.
No, I'm saying about the Spaces dashboard that shows the analytics of Spaces all the time live.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, so just we can just run
That
the
really made
algorithm
my
a bit
day
more.
when you showed me that because it said we were a top 10 space, and I
Oh
was like,
yeah, bro.
word. But my son looks at the number of people in here. Like that's how he judges me.
Well, and I would think about it this way too, Alpha. You hold two spaces, and so people know, okay, if I don't catch Alpha in the morning, I catch him in the afternoon. versus some of these other spaces that are kind of like, just one time a day type of thing, right? And giveaways, like people use a lot of giveaways to attract people to their spaces. So you keep it pretty 100, where you don't necessarily sell out your space in that regard. You'll do giveaways, but you're not necessarily using that tactic or ploy to I won't say coerce, but I will say coerce people into coming in here.
Yeah, because I feel like you're getting the wrong people. You're getting people that are just gonna come, and then if they don't win anything, they're gonna leave. And maybe you snag a couple, but even so, like the people that are just hunting giveaways, you know what I'm saying? Santi, you're back. It works.
Hey, sorry, I was rugging, man. Twitter I was lost on the blockchain. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. No, we got a nice packed house. I saw that they took out the blue plus button. What's going on with that?
The what?
The blue plus on the bottom right hand. Now it's like just a comment thing.
Oh yeah, that changed a while ago.
Yeah, but like
You've been
it's
busy,
weird
huh?
because I was in today earlier. And it was
Oh,
there,
you're still running.
but it started. Yeah. Okay.
It's robotic. We'll try it again. Well, I just want to say, so here's the thing: is it's not about me. I just think that like some of these spaces, the majority of them, are really good, and there's a lot of really good information that people who are already into Web3 can use, and people that are brand new can hopefully understand and relate to. So I don't know. I hope people use this as a onboarding tool. I know. Go ahead.
Now I was going to say that I know you're passionate about Crow, right? And sometimes there might be a sentiment or feel like, oh, if I incorporate ETH or Solana or any other chain, am I selling out a little bit to well, not necessarily betraying Crow, right? And the answer is probably not, because you're also raising awareness from those communities over to these spaces. So there could be some sort of, and I'm sure Murph thinks about ideas like this too, as you guys work through the jungle media stuff, is almost slating like maybe 2 times a week, bringing in a project from the east side, one with a strong community, and having them share a little bit about their project with this community, so that we can learn a little bit about them and they can learn a little bit about us, and that way they'll feel the vibes too, and if they like the vibes, they'll stick around, and so I think those are things to think about and explore mentally, to see maybe try it out for a little bit and see if it grabs.
I like
But
that a lot.
yeah, we're kind of we're a small community with a lot of potential impact, right? And we just got to get more people to recognize the talent and the people over here, because there's a lot of cool people here. I mean, I enjoy coming out here.
Yeah, I like everybody. Even Joe Q. He think.
Hey, go ahead. Talk some smack. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. Just a little reminder, guys. Chronoball started this a couple weeks ago. Every Friday, I think probably about 10 o'clock Eastern, he throws up a post and says, hey, let's go do some canvassing / campaigning. We're all going to throw on X PFP. We're going to figure out a space to go jump into. Let's do some cross-chaining. Let's get some information about the Chronos chain out there, and we can shift each week from PFP to PFP. But if we all go in there wearing the same PFP and we're being polite about it, odds are we're going to be able to, lack of better terms, infiltrate another chain, get some communication going on, maybe learn something about them, maybe teach them something about us, and get that cross thing going. Now, going a little bit different, Alpha, you were asking us, what can I do to get my stuff going? You've already started that. I'm thinking that the people's memories usually like 2 weeks or so before you'll give someone another chance. So you probably have 2 weeks before most people forget a lot of the turmoil that was going on the last couple of days. A lot of people are starting to come back into your spaces now that Jimmy's not popping up all the time. When you don't allow that negativity, your spaces grow. Profanity, as a rule, will keep people out of spaces. They'll step in, listen, jump out. And I know this is going against the jungle, and I apologize because people, hey, I'm not a prude, do what you're going to do. But when the space gets into a half hour, 45-minute diatribe or conversation about the best strain or thing to be, psychedelics or, you're going to lose people. It's just how it is. Whether I agree with it or don't agree with it doesn't matter. You're speaking to a worldwide audience. Just saying.
Buram.
Sacrilegious! Sacrilegious!
I'm just playing, Joe. Q.
Hey,
But
no.
You bring up good points.
I'm not trying to control it. I'm not trying to recreate it. He asked a question. I gave him some answers. What he does with it is what it's going to be. So.
Oh, it's all love, right? And it's
Definitely.
all like brainstorming. There was a question posed, and it was a great question, because the more speakers that we get, the more people that come into this space, and they learn, and we'll continue to onboard, right? And it's a good indication, right? If we can't get over 100, consistently, it's not a reflection necessarily on this space or any individuals in this space. It's more just the growth of the chain, right? Is still growing. But something to also consider, Alpha, is like diversity of speakers up in the box and spaces where people will come in and they may see individuals and they'll be like, oh, well, I don't care to hear that person, or it's going to be like, oh, more of the same, and maybe I'll go to a different space. But something to think about is like
I'm hearing
diversity.
that everybody's had enough of Jimmy.
It sounds like it. I didn't mind Jimmy too much. I recognize what he was and what he did, but
he behaved in here most of the time.
And it wasn't long standing. It was like he'd come in, he would hit the 3 jokes that he wrote down while sitting on the toilet, then he would move on, and then but that's probably something too, is to bring like new energy, new vibes up here, and shuffle people around so that they can't predict what's going to be spoken about, or because you walk in here in the morning and you could probably, after this space, you can write down what are 5 things that you expect will be said tomorrow during your space, and you'll probably be right. And so, right, it's trying to keep the viewers guessing.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, and I appreciate all this feedback. We don't do this a lot. And the Ethan Solana thing, like, even Bunny's been hitting me up, like, well, the way he says it. He's like,
Bunny
ditch
is
the
Bunny.
zeros and get with the heroes.
Yeah.
But I think I can do both. I think we can do both. I think we all can do both. What do you think, Gabe?
What's up? Yeah, I was just joining in to say that Low is absolutely right. He got some valid points, and that might improve your show a whole lot. I just came up to basically give him a +1 on his comments. I'm down to listener again. Have a great space, everybody.
Hey, Gabriel, thanks for that. I mean, I always love Gabriel, man. His energy. I always just feel safe when I'm talking with Gabriel. He's a great individual and obviously a respected member of the community. And I'm not just saying that because I gave him $20 to come up here, but he truly is.
I was wondering about that, and then I felt sad when he left.
Yeah, check the blockchain.
I do like when he's up here.
Alpha, I do think that the space was hella lively, and I want to say when Lo was up here, you gone, boop, you gone, boop.
I don't know if I'm following you. Oh, is he gone?
Who was up here booting everybody the other day?
Oh, dude, I
That's
don't even
Wavy.
know.
Wavy's the booter.
Was that Wavy?
No,
Well,
weed wasn't even here. I think Twitter was just bugging. But
yeah, no, someone was booting everybody, giving the "you gone."
it's another thing. Like if I have co-hosts that block people, then they can't even come into the space.
No,
So
it wasn't even the co-host. It was
that happens sometimes.
a positive thing. It actually made it fun and entertaining. How long is someone going to be able to stay up in the speaker box before they get booted? And there's a
Oh shit, Joe, you got booted.
It was Wavy who says you gone.
You go.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
Wavy. I came up to give Joe a +1 on the comments, especially about talking about weed and all that stuff a lot. I'm always afraid of that because people do what they want and I really don't care. But it is against federal law, and it is probably illegal in some countries that I don't keep up with that. But I'm always afraid, because a lot of people have full-time jobs, right? And they're listening to the Twitter space while they're at work. I hate to say that, but it's true, right? You might be working and then you have your earphone in your ear. It's like, oh my God, what if the earphone falls out? Your boss comes in, right? And here's people talking about what kind of strains of weed you smoke, and to guilt by association, right? If I'm co-host, I'm always afraid that somebody from work is gonna be in the space and hear this stuff. It's like, oh, well, Nat was co-host in the space and they're talking about what kind of weed they smoke. So of course that must mean Nat smokes weed. So let's do a drug test on her, No wonder she was acting funny or
We
whatever.
don't want that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Uh-huh.
But I'll tell you what, we put all this feedback together, and what I'm hearing is we need people to spread this space out, share this space, get the numbers up, and we'll behave ourselves better and keep less. Well, we'll we'll switch it up a little bit. I think everybody's into that. I think we can use it. We can use a little. We can use something a little different these days. What's up, Yogi?
hey, remember the other day I told you I got a guy that I got him a Thunder token, got him Thunder in the grill, in the steakhouse and all that. Well, he's in the space and he wants to come up and talk about the Eat merge. His name's Brandon. I told him to go ahead and request. So if you see him pop up, just let him up if you don't mind.
Yeah, man. Everybody can come up. By the way, just hit that mic in the bottom left corner, and if you're on a laptop, you can't. I don't think, unless they
And
fixed it. But
send a
Brandon,
hundred,
I'm gonna
hundred,
follow him for sure.
and send 100 crow to low.
Yeah, that's the rules.
Hello.
See, witty banner will bring people in too. Not that was witty, but just saying. Jokes always attract people.
What's up, Murph and Brandon? Welcome.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Great.
Yeah, Yogi, he's been trying to get me in here for a long time. So
Well, we're glad you made it.
yeah, so I finally got in here with you guys. Now I just wanted to touch on the ETH merger. I don't know if anyone else mines crypto like I do. I actually mine ETH. So one problem is going to be just if anyone else, just for your information or whatever, you won't be able to mine it anymore, but you can stake it. But to stake it, you have to have a minimum of 32 ETH in your wallet to stake. So that is a lot of ETH to have for you to stake ETH to actually get a nice return.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's kind of ridiculous, actually. I don't know what you guys think.
What's the percentage return?
I don't know what the percentage of return is, but the minimum is 32 ETH.
Do you know about this proof of work hard fork?
I actually haven't looked it up yet. I don't, because I'm actually going to get out, and I'm actually going to start mining ETC Classic. Is what I'm gonna do. I figure ETC Classic's gonna really start pumping once the merge starts.
What's your reasoning on that?
Just because it's basically connected, and plus, if you look at the charts, it's been going up.
Hey, good enough for
right,
me.
Exactly. And if people buy graphic cards to mine with, a lot of people, when they buy it for ETH, they buy low hash rate cards. I mean, they try to stay away from low hash rate cards, and that's what they try to sell you. Well, once they stop mining ETH, you can actually take that card and actually go mine at full hash rate. So you'll be mining a lot faster, and you'll be mining actually more now. So that is one positive thing about the POS that, you know what I mean, good for some people who are mining. So that's kind of all I actually wanted to say about the whole mining thing, because I mine and it's going to really suck a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like. We do have a bunch of people that mine, but I think it's probably a minority.
Right. Yeah, it's not gonna be fun. I will say that, because I don't have 32 ETH laying around, and I don't know if any of you guys have 32 ETH laying around. But
no,
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's $50,000.
Exactly. No, but I want to thank Yoey. He actually got me my Thunder NFT, and I've actually been doing the steakhouse and everything with Thunder token. So
let's go.
I do want to thank him for that.
That's awesome.
Not a problem.
This is a recorded space brand. It's a recorded space brand, and not a lot of people are going to admit what they got in their wallets.
Oh, my bad, y'all.
No, I'm just playing. I'm like, hey, who's trying to catch who?
I'm just trying to give props. I'm just trying to give props out. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys. And I'll be in your space more, because I actually got some pretty good stuff from you guys today. That's all I actually wanted to say.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on.
All right, thanks, guys.
For sure.
Excellent. I was wondering if he was going to share what his favorite weed strain was. I was hoping. I'm just playing. I'm just playing before I get hit behind
Tomorrow,
the head.
We'll start playing by the rules. Come on.
I'm not going to say, since we just had the conversation about the workplace. I'm not going to say right now. Maybe if you do another one later on, I will be smoking, and I will tell you, because I do strains all the time, and I do crystals. I do it all. So,
my man.
So yeah, I do it all.
Keep coming back.
I'm just playing with that.
So yeah, I do it all.
Murph, what's up, dude?
Yeah, it's all right. I get it. Oh wait. Oh wait. That's my boss right there, y'all. Oops.
And HR.
Yeah.
And that we'd like to talk to you privately.
Yeah, it could happen.
We're on our best behavior. We got 7 minutes until 4:20. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, I heard a joke the other day, or saw a joke the other day that said my joke was so funny that HR wanted to hear it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Murph is my HR.
Hey, so Classic is going to pump too, because there's a large group of people that are into decentralization with proof of work consensus, and they're not going to. You're just like you got your Bitcoin maxis, you've got your proof of work maxis, and they're just going to move over to ETH Classic. But on a very darker and much sadder note, Alpha, I would never approach you in this forum if it wasn't important. But just little real life incident just happened, and I truly need a one-on-one conversation with you after this show.
Oh, definitely, man.
Please.
For sure. Doesn't sound good, so.
I mean, if it needs to happen now, not going to hold down.
It's not that. It can wait till after the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue. Murph's real life issues will work themselves out.
As they tend to do.
My heart goes out to you, Murph. I hope all is okay, brother.
Yeah, it will be. We're gonna make it so.
Life throws you curveballs. Someone brought up MMF earlier, and I was like, oof. And usually I don't feel that way, but I took a big hit, Chrono side and Polygon side. I was doing so good, man. I was, swing trading, hitting all those big swings, and I forgot to stable out. And I took such a big hit that it kept going down, and I was just like, I'm not fucking selling. I'm not selling. And it just keeps going.
What's the market report? How much is Poly MMF?
Like 16 cents.
Ouch.
Yeah. Because it was 32 back when I was killing it. So.
Yeah, it's tough. That's why I stay away from some of these project-led coins unless there's utility. Unless there's some level of predictability that I can decipher from their tokenomics, it almost becomes just a buy sell market determined price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fell into a pattern and I got comfortable, and I literally just lost all the profit, just all of it.
I'm with you, Alpha. You talking about the MMF Rapmatic?
Yeah, I lost
Dude, I'm with you.
all my profit.
Well,
But
I'm sorry to hear that, but my CD is still doing well.
There you go.
That is up.
You guys, in between 39
Right.
and 40, I became 76, and I'm about to buy CDs and just keep yelling at people for being young.
Well, I mean, my wife makes me. We got a regular savings account that my wife will not let me stop putting money into. So I got to put money into there every month, and then I get money for investing in crypto every month.
Yeah, I felt so responsible when I started an IRA, right? But it's all Bitcoin in there, so that sucks too.
I used to think that it was somewhat secure to stable out and just hang out in USDC, but these exchanges are going under, and then
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
USDC is getting banned from Binance.
What? Why?
They want everybody to use their stablecoin.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're gonna.
Yeah.
If you hold USDC on there after a certain point, they're just gonna swap it for you.
That's more fees.
Hey, so let's talk about the Ethereum. So if you got regular Ethereum, when the merge happens, it's just gonna swap over to ETH 2.0 automatically. I'm just curious.
No, there's a diff. So ETH 2.0 is staked ETH. On regular ETH is still the same. ETH isn't changing, and all of that ETH 2.0 or locked staked ETH, it's not getting released all at once. This stuff with Coinbase, that's a workaround. That's because that was never our ETH in the first place, right? That's a centralized exchange. So if they're going to give me wrapped, whatever they want to call it, and I can send it somewhere else and I'll get wrapped ETH or ETH on the other side, then I'm fine. But I want to have ETH on the Ethereum blockchain before the merge, which is September 16th.
Why on the Ethereum blockchain and not Chronos?
Well, because on Chronos, you got wrapped ETH.
Yeah, we'll get wrapped ETH. So what? What's the difference?
Because of the hard fork that I was just talking about, and a bunch of other reasons, just self-custody, own your keys, own your crypto, get your ETH off the exchanges. All of that.
In case the update fails and everybody loses their tokens.
I mean, no risk, no reward, right? But the update went down over the past 24 hours, and anybody notice any differences?
Hell no.
Pretty smooth.
Still down.
My last big ETH purchase was at 9.25, and like me and Lo were just saying, I was hoping it was going down again, but price action is unpredictable. Nobody knows where anything is going to go at any given time, except for Bach. What's up, Bach?
Oh, yeah, no, I kind of heard you guys talk about Wrapped ETH on Kronos and then the USDC debacle with Binance. I read into that. I think what they're doing is like when you transfer it in, they'll still accept your USDC deposits and you can still withdraw out of it, but I think they would just like show you the balance as BUSD on their platform. And also another thing too, I think a lot of people don't realize with the Wrap ETH on Kronos and like the USDC on Kronos, that's not the real USDC or the real Wrap ETH. You're kind of placing a lot of faith into crypto.com. So, like maybe people don't really talk too much about this, but if crypto.com ever goes bankrupt, and they could, they're a normal company that could go bankrupt, you're basically...
Hey. I like what you're saying. Of course, we're keeping it 100.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's like...
Don't pee in the pool just because you're getting out to take a
shower.
No,
100%. I'm saying like that like because someone was a little bit confused about that. Like they were thinking Wrap ETH on here is like the ETH on, like, how like Wrap ETH, it actually does exist on Ethereum. Like it's not. It's like completely different. And
right.
Yeah. And same thing on BSC.
Here's where people get confused.
But how
structure, same functions, right? So everything functions the same, but it's not the same token. It's not the same contract. It's not the same. It's not fungible for the other one.
I mean, what is it? So what happens when you send it to MetaMask? What changes?
Well, if you have the Wrap ETH on MetaMask, that's on the Kronos side. It's just the Wrap ETH on Kronos. But if you want to have the actual real Wrapped ETH, most likely you're going to need to use the crypto.com exchange, and then they will send you the Wrapped ETH there. And the same counterparty risk exists on BSC as well. Whenever you have Wrapped ETH and all that stuff, you're kind of betting on Binance not to fail. Yeah. So the Wrapped ETH you own here is not really Wrapped ETH, and same as the USDC. And then also the same thing too, like there could be a chance that the Wrapped ETH price here on Kronos is not the same on does the real ETH on Ethereum. But I think Mooney
when the Gravity Bridge goes live, it's going to have to be.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. And I don't know if you ever use SafePal, Alpha.
No.
So SafePal has that already in their like wallet, and SafePal is backed by Binance. But you can go on SafePal right now, dude, and you can like take your Bitcoin and go to Ethereum, or you can take your Ethereum and go to Bitcoin. You can go, it's like crazy. Like I use SafePal for literally everything. Yeah. But I think Mooney, you're about to say something.
Mooney Mike, space tonight at 9 p.m., right?
No, Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. My bad.
Thank you for throwing that out there, so I might as well plug it now. Tomorrow, if everybody, I'm doing my first space tomorrow. I'm going to be there answering any questions you have for the VVS.
Doesn't look like your first space, man. It's got like 95 people waiting to go already.
Yo, I don't know what happened, brother.
Crazy.
It is crazy. I think everybody's really, really excited for Defira. It's going to be a game changer. It really is. This GameFi super app, as what they're calling it, is just it's pretty awesome. I mean, I was in it the other day, and the music is nice. You're in there, you're borrowing money, you're farming, you're swapping, you're listening to tunes. There's all these little creatures walking around, and you're kind of like in this little fantasy land while you're doing your DeFi. It's pretty awesome. And when the NFTs hit Sunday, is the whitelist. There's only 2,000 of these on the blockchain, on Cronia blockchain. They're calling it the Cronia or whatever. I feel like I'm in my fucking Game of Thrones. Oh, excuse my language. I'm sorry. But yo, the illest shit about this, right, is if you get 2 of these, you can breed them and start your own bloodline. And you could just keep breeding and breed and breed. And that is the only other way you're going to get NFTs heroes from
Oh,
Crony.
that's some Game of Thrones shit right there.
Yo, it's crazy. And you can earn the way, like the whole, I guess the whole point of the game, there's a couple aspects of the game, right? And the whole objective is to be the top, to get to the top, to be the king pretty much. And yeah, and I guess you do that by sending your heroes on missions and quests and shit. So it's gonna be wicked awesome.
There's only one king.
You know what? I don't even know if it's called a king, but I know, yeah, there's only gonna be one person at the top. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I mean, whoever has, if you can build your hero up as the highest, you'll be up the top earning freaking. You can earn a salary. They're saying you can earn a salary. I'm like, what? If I can
For
quit my
being
work and do this shit,
the best.
So what's minting Sunday? It's called the Gen Zero.
the heroes from Defira. I'll post it up here, and you can watch a
He was
video.
close.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
I want a waitlist. I don't even know what I want a waitlist
I'm
to.
giving out 10 of them tomorrow. Well, not me, but Defira is. Yeah. So and and the thing is, these NFTs, they're big money. These are like $1,000 each.
Whoa.
But yeah, so it's 300 Defira, or Fira they call it. That's their token, Fira. And their token is like 250 right now, I think. Um, but if you're on the whitelist, it's 200. So you save 100 Fira. That's like $300, $200 savings right there.
This is wild. I
Yo,
gotta
it is gonna be wild.
It makes sense.
It's blowing up too. I mean, I could tell. Like, look at how many invites I already have. I mean, how many requests I have to the thing. Everybody's excited about this, and they're partnered with Argo. They're partnered with VVS. There's gonna be more partnerships. It's gonna be crazy, dude. I just can't wait. And then my moles, the VVS moles. I don't know if you saw that cryptic tweet I sent out the other day, but basically I mean, just in the verbiage that's on Minted, right, it says that you're going to be able to create new moles. So there's going to be a breeding mechanism in there, man. And I don't think a lot of people knew that. When I started spreading the news, even VVS reached out to me and gave me a salute. So they even wrote back and saluted me because I'm on the right track, obviously, dude.
Obviously. Killing it.
But yeah,
Like,
that's what's up, brother.
VVS is for people that don't know, and for people listening back. Let me get GDRT up here real quick.
Oh shit.
VVS is my first, and VVS is my first, like, before chimps. I was VVS. Only for 24 hours, but like, this is Web3, man. That's like a year. So I love VVS. VVS stands for very, very simple finance.
We have
all it's ever
swap. Yeah, it's the biggest swap. It's the biggest swap on Chronos. It's got about 500 million total value locked. I mean, this company's not going anywhere. Yeah, the token fucking took a nosedive when it
That's
came.
old news. They were
But that's old, right? Now you're at the bottom. I got in around the bottom, so I'm happy at this time.
That's what's up right there. Like,
get into Fira at the bottom, you're not gonna want to miss it. When you have 2 Chen zeros and you can just keep printing, NFTs.
well,
print the NFT.
Here's what I'll say, because we have seen this done the
you
wrong
have?
way already a few times. Yeah. Kronos Football Club definitely screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, they don't make it hard to upgrade them either and breed. You have to have a lot of what they call sealed Fira, which is a token that you get from staking Fira, and you can't even transfer that token. It's an in-game token only.
Okay, so it's like XVVS or
Yeah,
yeah, XArgo.
yeah, and you know what? You can unseal it, and it takes 12 months for it to turn into Fira.
Oh snap!
But the
They must
APYs
offer
for
you a way to
staking this,
speed it up for extra money or something.
there is a early termination fee for sealing it earlier. But if I mean, I've been staking. Just to give you an idea, I've been staking for like 3-4 days, and what do I have? I have like there's 130 there. I mean,
He's clicking through.
there's 130 there. I already made 236. And
In
to
a
get on the
day?
white list, you got to stake 500 of those, and you can get on the white list that way.
I
Or,
get too excited about this stuff. I got to tell you.
yo, I'm wicked excited. You can tell, man. I'm like,
No, and I'm trying to be better about it because
yeah,
anybody can check the tapes and go through my entire history with this stuff. And I get too excited. The
me
money
too,
is
bro.
real good at first, and I stay in way too long. And I
Yeah.
lose everything I made.
I mean, yeah, these APYs, they're not going to last. That's why you got to get in early. A lot of these projects, it's all about getting in early, supporting the project early. And if you can do that and the business be successful, which this has already been proven to be successful on Harmony. Unfortunately, Harmony got hacked. Their bridge got hacked, and that's why they
That
decided to
was a big one.
branch out. That was a huge hack. I guess it drained so much. And I guess the cool shit about what Farah did is they actually, I guess they burnt the rest of. Oh, they did something to help the. I think the NFTs. They burnt a shitload of them or something like that because they got hacked or something. I don't know. But they ended up giving it back a lot to the community, and they're wicked cool. We met the guy last week, DC Loeb. He's gonna be there Thursday, and he's gonna be there with the main developer, Krillin, and they'll be answering questions and giving out whitelists. So don't miss your chance. I'm gonna post some shit up top. I'll let the kid.
Oh, yeah, definitely do that. What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Kind of an important update for everybody that's part of the project, and we did an update. iOS and Android required us to put in an option to delete an account if the user wanted to. It was a mandatory update, so we did it, but we didn't think far enough ahead to put a confirm fucking, confirm I want to delete it. So I've had like 2 or 3 people so far that have reached out. They hit that delete button and their account is gone. So everybody in here, do not hit that delete button. We're having a confirm option come in there. It'll be released in the next couple days, I'm hoping, and that won't happen to anybody else. If you did already do that, if you're in here and you're one of those guys that has reached out to me, just sit tight. I'll figure out a way to pull back the old data and we'll refresh your account. It may not happen for a couple days though, so I need to dig through it. So sit tight for me. One last update too. We had a max mint of 10. We did that because we didn't want to have a bunch of whales come in and try to just manipulate what we were doing. But we've gone long enough now to where we've removed the max mint. So if you guys want more GDR token founder NFTs or anything, you're more than welcome to go mint out. There's no max anymore at all. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it, Alpha. I got to get back to work. But please, you guys, don't hit that delete button. You're going to screw yourselves over and you're going to make a shit ton of work for me to help you guys out later on. So just stay away from that button. Thank you.
Yeah, we will spread that message for sure, man. And this is just one of those things that happens when we're beta testing these products and projects, and hopefully everybody's getting really good at rolling with it and following these types of directions, because things can get complicated. A delete button without a confirmation screen is that can be problematic for sure.
Totally fucked me over. I deleted my account too, so like I'll figure out how to fix mine, and then I'll be able to go and fix everybody else's.
Happens
Yeah,
to the
be
best
careful.
of them.
Yeah, man, it pisses me off.
Well, like, it's terrible comparison, but sometimes I get X'd out of spaces. Like, I learned my lesson the first time. Well, it took 2 times, all right. But like scrolling Twitter while I'm hosting, and then if you hit a recorded space, there's no confirmation. It just takes you right out of here to the recording, even if you're hosting. So confirmation screens help this. What's up, Yogi?
Yo, Sean, I appreciate that, bro, because I didn't even know about that. And I just shared the information with my wife. Be careful with it. But dude, this morning I had a run to Alabama and back, which is like 260 miles. And when I got there, I pulled my thing up, and it showed I only got 40 miles. I was like, what the crap? But then all of a sudden it glitched, and it had logged me out. It had logged me out the account for some reason, so I had to re-log in, and then it worked.
So,
Everything worked on the way back. It was fine, but I don't know why it logged me out.
well, I'll tell you why. So I'll give you guys another update. We're making it to where the application will manually auto log you guys out. The reason is that we have actors that are trying to cheat the system, and they're figuring out new ways every day. So it'll be an hour cap out. I'm not going to release the time frame yet until I figure out how these guys are doing this better and better, and then I can really give you guys more info. But there will be a timestamp where your app will log you out automatically. Therefore, you cannot earn any more GDRT until you log back in. I will say that it is definitely over 8 hours. I did that for truck drivers so that they will be able to drive at least their 8-hour shift and then pull over. I think it's 8 or 10 hours max they can drive, and they got to take a break anyway. So I'm kind of going to run that across for the board for everybody. So it'll manually log you out. And then, when you get in your car the next day, turn that sucker on, log in, and you'll start earning again. But this will stop a lot of people from cheating the system. Because in reality, not all roads are, mapped or GPS, to the speed of the road. So if somebody can find that gray area where they can get in or they live at a new property that was built or whatever, dude, like they can try to cheat it where they just let it run. And people are smart, so we're going to make it to where they're going to have to work their ass off if they really want to try to cheat this system. And I'll keep figuring out every fucking way they're doing it, and I'll shut it down. But thanks, you guys. And so that's just a heads up. You will be logged out automatically, and you're going to have to log back in. But it's for the best of the project, you guys, and it makes it to where we're all equal, Like, I really want to make this legitimate.
It's
Thank
super
you.
important.
I just minted 2 more of yours, Sean. Thank you, buddy. I just got the app yesterday too.
Thank you, bro. I really appreciate your support. You have no idea. Like, everybody that supported this project, like, I love you guys. It's just such a long journey, but I really appreciate it. I really do.
It's been amazing to be on this journey with you, man. See how much work you put into this, to see how much work it takes to do something like this. We're all learning.
Why is it that, like, I'm concerned because I thought there's been these types of systems already in place where has there not been anything like sustained? Like,
What do you mean?
like, haven't insurance companies already tried to set you up with apps and reward you for driving
Yeah, I had
good?
a thing in my car one time. Like,
Like,
Progressive
I'm
had this little.
curious, why
I plugged
weren't
it in,
those
and
successful, or have they been successful? I'm just
They
curious.
are successful. They're only successful to their clientele, though. You got to think that they're locked in. You really, like, with Progressive, and you plug that thing into your car. Like, you're only working with Progressive. This is something that can branch out to every insurance company if they want to embrace it on an even playing field. And then secondly, like, if you're going to go with an insurance company that's going to track you and monetize your data to their ability, like they're going to end up using that data against the insured down the road. They already have, where they deny you coverage because they don't like the way you're driving, or they raise your premium due to the fact that you're braking hard or you're speeding. Like, this is happening overseas constantly, and it's going to end up coming over to the U.S. So as more of these insurance companies come up with this idea, they're going to end up utilizing the data to their ability to raise people's premiums, I believe, and they won't be able to do that with GDRT. That's the biggest difference here.
That's awesome. It's like you're like third party, like neutral, like no bias. That's awesome, and they can earn money. I love
Yeah,
it.
we're the opposite. We don't penalize you guys. We incentivize you guys, and we reward you to do the right thing. But we'll never penalize you doing the wrong thing. Just do the right thing, and you're rewarded.
I have a hard time driving the speed limit, so I'm out. But that's all right.
I didn't even know I was logged out. So that's probably why I haven't been earning.
You just earn a little bit less if you don't drive safe.
But you can only earn if you're logged in, right?
Yes, you have to log in and don't delete your account.
Don't delete your account, log back in, and then anybody that is setting up a new account too, like where there's already another glitch with the SMS, verification. We made it like mandatory where you're going to have to do that, but apparently the SMS isn't going to the user to verify. So we're working on that right now too. So if you can't set up an account, if you're new or something, just sit tight. Give me 24 or 48 hours. Hopefully you'll be able to verify your phone number. But that's another key aspect. Like, we really are cracking down to make this as legitimate as possible. And we implemented another portion to that phone number verification now.
Awesome. I am reaching out to, you guys are never going to believe this, the Mag Brew Vikings. They are tweeting, and people are wondering where they've been, and I'm trying to get them in here.
Blast from the past.
Right? And every time people talk about, like, we've been talking about dead projects a lot recently, and no one brought up Mag Brew Vikings.
And the trillionaire trash cans. Now you got the Mag Brews.
Mag Brews, like, they came in the beginning and promoted in here, and they. Do you remember what happened? They were super pumped up, and we were gonna have a mint party, and then they didn't show up, but they DM'd me later, and I read it in the space, and they said that they got too drunk and they were celebrating too much. But then they never came back, and then we kept wondering for months and months and months what was going on. So let's get them in here. Let's talk about it. Joe Q, what it do?
Hey, GDR, just so you have the information from an actual truck driver, the maximum time that we could drive per shift is 11 hours on like the interstate. But if you are an oil field driver or a driver not driving on a federally regulated road, you have up to 14 hours that you can drive per shift. And some of those, actually most of those roads that you'd be driving that is considered oil field are covered by the state and or the county and do have speed limits set at 25 to 55 miles an hour. So 14 hours is really your maximum that someone should be driving in any given day. Stepping back.
Yeah, thanks for the info, man. We're around, it's going to fluctuate, but it's in that time frame, so that should definitely work then.
Definitely appreciate it, and I just realized that it did log me out. I now have to go back, and as you mentioned the other day, because of the updates, it's probably best to uninstall, reinstall. If it gives me hiccups, I'll just wait, and it'll work itself out. I'm
But the
patient that way.
feedback's great. Like, the feedback, everybody that sends me feedback, if you're in here, like, it really helps me because I only have one phone and, I'm only one guy, but you guys out there, and I listen to everybody. So don't be hesitant to DM me and let me know if there's an issue, anything. I'll work on it. And whatever you guys see that could be improved this too, let me know, you know?
It's the only way to make anything work around here. You got to keep your head down. You got to do it every day. You got to be good to the people around you. You got to be accountable for your actions. You got to take feedback, you know? And you got to give more to the community than they give you. None of this stuff is easy.
If you say you're going to do it, do it.
Yes, sir. We got about a half hour left in here, y'all. And we've been talking about a lot of important stuff. The ETH merge, the hard fork, people may not have known about. But again, it brings it back to our ethos in here. Own your keys, own your crypto. Means get your shit off the exchanges. We been telling you that. So this is just a better reason.
Alpha, do you have a space tomorrow with ITK?
We've got 2 spaces tomorrow.
Can we have them in the morning?
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. I haven't heard his voice in a couple of days. You missed that Irish accent.
You can always check the tapes.
You can always check the tapes, yes. Let's get some support, though, for Club Crow people. We're at 5,000 Crow mint. It's still sitting at 3%. We need your support here, folks. Community validator. Like, let me ask you this: how much? And for anyone who's pushed out a project, how much would you typically expect to put aside for like just the marketing alone?
In US dollars,
like a percentage of like
the 5 to 10.
5 to 10. So let's put this in perspective of what Club Crow is doing in terms of the numbers, and we're just writing a white paper right now to help even put things more into perspective for everyone. But 89.5% is going into the validator, which is all of our Crow being combined for the long term for the Chronos chain. That's going to include the governance that comes along with that. We're going to empower your voice through on-chain holders-only votes to make that even easy for you. 1 second. 1% is going to our affiliate program. So affiliates like Alpha and such, we're giving back to them. Yeah, just give me a second, Med. And that's being given straight back to the affiliates. We have 2% going back for the promotional giveaway. So if you've been keeping track, that only leaves 7.5%. So where a typical, project is pushing out a project and putting 5 to 10% aside for the marketing alone, 7.5 is left for the team and for marketing combined. So this is truly a community thing, folks. We're doing this for us, for the OGs, for the diamond hands, for the Crow Long people. I mean, it's something that will work if we can get it going. If we can get that mint and that validator up, so the rewards can start getting going. This only works if we can get that 100% mint. I mean, if we don't get 100% mint, there are fallbacks. We can push out different proposals and votes for different reward mechanisms. But I mean, for what it is, this would be so great if we get this going, Crow fam. We got to get this. Huddle, what's up?
Long on Crow, baby.
Yeah,
so the only thing I have an issue with is you just said that you're minting out right now, but you're just now starting to work on your white papers.
I mean, you know what? We had all the information we had a white paper. What I meant to say was the medium. We had a white paper and everything was laid out in the white paper, which we've had for months. But people were requesting a medium article. I mean, I don't see the difference. We're going to go in maybe just a little bit more detail in the medium because people are requesting it and we're amenable to feedback like that. But it was the medium. Sorry, thanks for that. It was a medium that I'm writing right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's up, Sean?
No, I just want to say I love what what he's doing with this whole idea. Me personally, I mean, I don't know what everybody else and the mindset behind it, but like the way I see it is like you got to mint, you're gonna have to mint these, to accumulate the crow to get to your goal. And I see that as like I see that, and there's the lockup period which I see. What I didn't read to find out. I'm curious. I guess you can answer it. But if we're staking in other validators right now, we have to pull out, wait the 30-day, and then we pull that in. Once you get the validator up and running on your end, do we fall into that 30-day bracket from all of our CRO that's, held in other places? Or is it locking it in for like 4 years? You get what I mean?
I think if you switch validators, you don't have that 28-day with no rewards.
I mean, that's even better,
Yeah, so you once we get
that's
it
the
going, you'll
Cosmos
be able to
staking.
switch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You'll be able to switch validators once we have the validator up. Unless you're unbonding to pay for the mint of the membership, which then you'll have to wait that 28 unbonding period.
Yeah, I understand that, but what I'm trying to get across to everybody else is that, like, if you go mint one or two, and then you're somebody that's, holding a big, big, big bag of CRO and it's, being validated somewhere else, if you see the envision of pulling that over and combining and making this validator completely huge, that's what I see. We just got to mint, we got to get the mint done so that we could start the validator. But once that is achieved, there's no telling what could be pulled over, guys. That's my point.
Yeah. There's a lot of people saving up through conversations I'm having, is they love what we're doing, but it's expensive, and in a market that's awful, in the real world that's suffering from inflation. So we get it, and people are saving for it. So we're going to see numbers coming, but the biggest question is like, why shouldn't I just stake 5,000 crow on my own? I mean, come on, like that's not a loophole. We're fully aware that you can do that, and like in a worst case scenario, you're not going to win a giveaway. You're still going to get your 5,000 crow back, but yes, you would have, not accrued that, whatever it is, 600 crow per annum from staking. We're well aware of that, and it's up to us to provide 600 crow worth of value through other utilities in our membership, which I assure you we'll do. The extra benefits will far outweigh that 600 crow per annum that you would have had staking on your own.
See, I dig that, and I think we can work out a way to pitch this to the community, focusing a little bit more on the last things that you said. I can see it for sure, because
I just see it
it's
as a
all
way,
about
like,
how people perceive. Like, it's about the public perception. We had this problem with Chronoballs, and we've been working this whole time to combat that. But it's about your first perception of something. I think that's really what it is. It's a powerful thing. Cruiser, long time, bro.
Been busy. I'm not out for bear today, so everybody can chill. I guess my question is a little easier because you think it's common sense, but it may not necessarily be common sense. But what network is the validator on?
It's going to be on the crypto.org network.
And the only reason why I ask that is because, granted it's Crow Club, you're fundraising Crow, but doesn't mean you have to buy a Crow validator, right?
Like a Chronos validator, right?
Well, I mean, you could take the
wish
money
we
and go to
could.
AVAX and buy an AVAX validator, right? Like, bring the money back to Crow. I mean, that's something that could happen. I mean, there's a lot of different
Probably
ways you could do it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just something that I think it should be at least up in the air, right? Or at least made note of or brought to attention that it is a Crow validator.
Someone should run the numbers. Yeah. The crypto.org chain is unfortunately the only of the two chains that affords us the ability as consumers to run a validator. Crypto.com picks and controls who runs validators on the Chronos chain. So long term, CDN, there is the possibility that we do get a Chronos validator, right?
I mean,
Now this is
hard,
really
it's hard to predict.
yeah,
but,
like
I mean,
maybe that's not even, how do I pose that as a question that's non-binding? But like,
we're flexible is what, like, we're open and we're flexible, and we've proven to be flexible. Any feedback that we've had, we've implemented it within a week, from crafting legendaries into the collection, to making a verified bot on Discord, to creating the on-chain voting for holders. I mean, we have an amazing dev and amazing strategists on the team. Like, we're open to that. We're flexible. But we just we want to get this mechanism proven first before we make any moves, right? Before we start thinking of step 2, step 3, we need to get step 1 done. So once this mechanism is proven, which starts with like getting 100%, then people will see that the mechanism works. It's safe. We are here for the long term, and then we can start making the moves for step 2, step 3.
You bring up a great point, though, Cruiser, and I think that is something worth exploring to a greater degree, right? Is to say we know what the yield is like on the Crow side. Is there something that maybe provides a little more return and little more value for holders, right? While not exposing them to unnecessary risks. So, no, those are the type of ideas, and that's why it's good to have these discussion and spaces and share. Like where Club Crow is right now is they're minting. And as the minting process progresses, right, there's at least a baseline plan of how it would go forward. It's Club Crow, so the sentiment would be, obviously it's going to be something that obviously is tied to Crow. But as things progress, if there's opportunities that are identified that are, more fruitful, that's certainly something the team will go back to the drawing board and see what is in the realm of possible. Because at the end of the day, right, as long as we can hold true to the low risk proposition, the buyback incentive, and hold to the rewards being consistent, then if those philosophies or underlying philosophies are not broken, then how we go about doing it, there might be different ways.
go ahead, Cruz.
All right, I'll leave this one open. This one's a lot harder of a one to answer, so if you don't want to take this one, I understand. All right. So let me ask you this. How do you guys plan on getting around being labeled as security?
First and foremost, our founders.
The giveaway, right?
It's labeled as a giveaway. Our founders aren't governed by the SEC. Founders lives and operates in West Ireland. And the rest, I guess, ITK could go into deeper details about that. But that's all I know from.
Come back in the morning, eh?
Well, yeah, but the problem lies in the fact that, like, and this is just for conversation, right? But if you live in the United States and you're promoting and selling securities, which this by all means is a security, because when you buy the NFT, you've entered into a contract. That contract states that you will be paid in rewards from the validator node, and that is a collective group of people buying an investment, right? So you've literally cross-checked every Howie mark there is in that. So now, if you're an American or someone that has to abide by SEC rules, now you're subject to having the appropriate licenses and whatnot. So, like, that's something like people don't realize, and it's a road I'm traveling down personally. And just trying. It's more that was actually more of an education.
Can we talk about that? Can you tell us about that?
What about my own personal journey?
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe not today, but soon.
Come back in the morning. All right, fine.
Yeah, I mean that's a great question, Cruiser, and as you mentioned, it's something that many projects are trying to figure out. How do we navigate this appropriately, right? And
well,
it could even be looked at as like airdropping tokens. Falls into those same categories, right? So, and so many projects do that. So yeah, I mean, we'll certainly talk with ITK. I know he's thought about this, and like you said, it's not necessarily a fits all answers. But there certainly are things that projects have done that move from a black and white to more of a gray space. And I think Bach has his hand up, so I think he probably has some thoughts in this arena.
I mean, we're
Well,
sword fighting shadows. We're
one thing I
dancing
want to
around
say.
regulations that don't exist yet, and
Well, no, the regulations do exist. That's the thing. The laws do exist and clearly define what securities are. And this is why I gotta 100% give Bach credit on this. Is him creating a network on his own, and the token that validates that network is technically not classified as security. So
which will now be a coin. Yeah.
correct. So I got to give him a heads up on that one, because that is like he's a notch above people on that one.
It's an evolution.
Yeah, one thing I just want to come in, like, I think it would be a great idea to also validate Ethereum, right? Because I think the minimum is going to be 32 ETH, which is like,
Yeah, we were
say,
just
50
talking about
grand.
that.
And I think the minimum on crypto.org is like 214,000. So
A little bit 300,000. I think it's 3.2 mil crow right now.
yeah. So like, I feel like you could probably earn a lot more return, because I know the bigger validators get a lot more, for having more money in there. But that could be something interesting, because I was looking at that. We actually have 32 ETH just for that. We're probably going to explore that on our own as well. But yeah, no, that's something very interesting. And like you said, Cruiser, yeah, securities. One thing I want to say, SEC. There's also an SEC body like in Canada, UK, Europe, most G7 countries. They pretty have much like the same playbook, I guess.
Yeah, Fat F.
Yeah, so it's a tricky road, and I think most of the time you really only have to worry about it whenever you get to a certain size, and that's when they kind of come and get you. Like recently, Binance was investigated by the SEC over their ICO that they did, like, I don't know, like 5 years ago, because one or two U.S. people were involved and they were not happy about it. And yeah, it kind of just spirals down that path. But I think most of the time, if you do get that big, you just kind of like just fight it with lawyers, and it's just a cost of business almost.
Except for the fact that they bleed. Like, I mean, look at what they're doing to Ripple. I mean, they're bleeding them dry, and that's in a scenario where theoretically there might not have been as much guidance, but now, like, you can look at it like NFTs are securities in some aspects, and that's the thing that people don't necessarily realize is it's really like there's that guidance from that point of what is classified as security. I mean, it's very, very broad, and it's really led to whoever woke up on that morning and says, you know what, this is how I interpret this. And once that case law is precedent, which I believe is starting to become more and more so in crypto, it's case law is permanent here in the U.S. So it's something that we as a community really need to look at and be forward thinking on.
Yeah, and one thing too, Cruiser, I feel like I did a lot of judo move with the Bach ICO that we did, because whenever you participate in that ICO, you actually receive an NFT, and then it just so happened to be that the sales of those NFTs went to the token. So I don't know, it's like, hopefully one day I'm not in arbitration court with the SEC, or whatever regulatory body. But hopefully, if it does come to that, I'll be like, hey, I did a lot of moving around. But yeah, it's a huge risk. It does include jail time.
Recorded space, Bach. Recorded
Hey,
space.
fuck them if they can't take a joke, man. That's what my mother said.
Hey, Bach, I may have to reach out. I don't know how far you've gone down with the ETH validator question or the search, but I may be interested in going down that path personally. So I may reach out to see what you've learned so far and see how difficult it would be
Oh,
to.
now everybody's got 32 ETH. Why you guys fucking nickel and diming me?
Box already here. It's fresh on my mind. I'll forget if we close this space and I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, no, definitely. Laying low.
I lost everything to MMF too, Bach. You should really be nicer to me.
Whoa, I'm done with that part, bro. I don't want to get emotional, bro. But hopefully it
Don't.
goes back up.
I was like, fuck all you. I'm not buying MMF.
But also, like, what's the APR now though on the farms?
I'm still in like Auto S MMF. It's like 1,200, 1,300.
Yeah, so even if it goes down 90%, you're making 1,200. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm still holding. You know me.
That was a joke. I'm sorry, bro.
Fuck you.
Like 1,200% of crap is still crap, right?
Yeah, you can't polish a turd.
Yeah.
I hope y'all keep this same energy on that bounce back.
I'm waiting for the bounce back. Come on, man. You know my energy will change completely. Along with every other motherfucker in here.
Well, I mean, let's be real. I mean, not financial advice, but I mean, this market isn't getting any better anytime soon. You know, like we're severely underrated on the inflationary perspective. So I mean, once we really got to bottom out on that.
Yeah, the dollar hit 110.
Well, and there's a massive separation in the euro occurring too. So, and a lot of that has to do with uncertainties of energy and, you know, the Russian war and all that stuff. And, you know, if you don't believe in the concept of, I think it's, you know, mutual economic destruction, like it's real, like that's a real thing that actually, you know, we're seeing live today, where global war, you know, whether you believe Russia, Ukraine is a global war, or not.
You guys think our fighting
is.
on Twitter is bad? Yeah, look at these governments. Look what they do.
Well, I mean, you know, and it's funny. I was watching the news today, and I'm like laughing because they were talking about this, you know, Russia, China, you know, like this merger between Russia and China. I'm sitting there like, we pushed that, like we promoted that. You know, like, what do you think? Where do you think they're gonna go when they can't do anything else? You know, like it's for real. So now you're seeing like this economic destruction because, you know, Europe isn't, you know, going to get energy, and you're going to watch all the costs of everything go up. You know, the Ukraine, I mean, if you think the Ukraine is a war, I mean, I think they hold what, 50% of the world's like grain. Like it's, you know, what's happening there is a lot bigger than, you know, what we can understand, I think, from the small seats that we sit in. So I think economically, I think we've got a lot of pain to feel yet.
I'd have to agree. I've been studying the Forex markets recently, and boy, oh boy, you know, I'm sure a lot of people don't even know that the euro is like at 99 cents right now. People probably think it's at like $1.30, but compared to the USD.
You know, that's the first time ever, I think.
What's that? Oh yeah.
That the euro
I'm
hit
pretty sure
99
as well.
cents.
Yeah, and that's why, bro, I've been talking about Forex recently, man, because if you keep up with this stuff, like, you really can see, like, what is going on. Were you in the space yesterday whenever we had BMIF?
No.
Dude, they dropped some knowledge, bro. I don't mean to take over the space here, but what they're doing right now is those funded accounts that I told you. I'm not going to explain it again because it takes a while to explain, but basically, if you pass 2 test accounts, you get, you know, whatever funded that you bought. Like, it could be a $200,000 funded account, 100,000, whatever.
Yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, and you get 80% of the profits, and the prop firm takes 20%. What they're doing, BMIF, is if you pay them $500 and you use the FTMO prop firm, you have to buy your own funded account. But what they do is they have a master account where basically if you hook up your funded account to that master account will enter trades for you based off of what they're trading. They had over $2,000 profit today. In the past month, less than a month actually, they started August 12th doing this. The 3 people that started on August 12th have already received their funded accounts. The first one actually started today, and he made over $2,000 profit. And what they're doing for trading for you, you pay them that $500 up front, but you take 65% of the profits from the 80% already. You take 65% of the profits, and they're taking 35% for trading for you. And I mean, if you look at it from this way, right? For a $200,000 account to pass the both of the tests, you have to make 15%, and they made 15% of that account in less than a month. So if you're being conservative, if they make 10% of your account in a single month, that is a little over $10,000 passive income every single month. And the only startup fee is that this is for a $200,000 account, of course. The $200,000 account startup fee is $1,100 from FTMO, and you pay them $500 to trade for you. So that's $1,600, and within the first month, or sorry, is it? It's a little over 2,000. Wait, I gotta check again. Yeah, 11,000 profit every single month. So you're gonna be getting like, I don't know, 10x your money in a month. So that's why I've been trying to talk about this Forex and these BMIF guys, because I've been with them since December, and I haven't been super active with them until recently, but they just started that last month. I got my account for FTMO set up. I just signed the contract with them to ensure that I get 65% and they get 35% of the profits, and that's how it goes, man. I'm going to have the Forex Friday every Friday from now on. I don't know what time, but I'm definitely going to be having it.
That was interesting. Thank you for sharing that. I'm just curious. I don't know how many people are into Forex, but I'd like to know. So can we do like a show of, not a show of hands, because you can only raise your hand if you're in the speaker box, but like a heart emoji if you've ever traded Forex? Okay, cool.
Crova.
A little bit. A few people.
Hey,
Thank you.
send me that information.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Can you send that to me, please?
Yeah, for sure. I'll send you BMIF's website, and they were on the space yesterday. If you ever want to talk to them, I could get you on literally anyone. They'll be able to hop on a call with you and explain it all to you, like how they did with me yesterday. They're really cool guys. They are, bro. One loss in a whole month, and they already got 3 of the accounts funded that started on August 12th. So if anyone does want that info, just feel free to DM me. I'll hook you up with it. But yeah, I wasn't in here shilling that, but I just want the Forex kind of came up, and I had to talk about it.
Well, keep in mind that though, and this is like, right now we've been in a bear market for a while. Like, it's easy to trade a bear market. You just short it, and you wait, and then you win. You know what I mean? Like, so, not to say that it's not
Unless it
impressive that
goes
they've
up,
had one.
and then you
Well,
lose.
Well, and that's where people get wrecked, is in that transitionary time when the market changes, right? Like that's where people get wrecked. But like, you look at the crypto market, are we almost a year of like this downtrend now? Like that's
No,
real. Like
we were ripping last year this time.
No, dude, it was last year when we took the first big dump.
Well, June was a dump.
No, it was it March or
May, June,
April?
July.
April was the big dump, and then you had the rebound pump, and then the true like commitment to the bear market, right? And
so that started this May.
So I mean we're like a little over a year into that massive dump.
So I will say one more thing.
So you're marking it from where it first started going down. Okay.
I will say one more thing about Forex before I let the hands go. The trading is 1 to 100 leverage. So
wait, but the all-time high was November, so we can't say that. The all-time high was November.
Yeah, I think NFT trading too was like all-time high as well back then. I think honestly, I think it started.
Down May,
it all
June,
started like around April, in my opinion. But I was gonna comment about the Forex thing, Dragon of the West. I had some experiences with some prop firms. They're really, really tricky because you have to make sure they're reputable. I would recommend anyone that wants to get into Forex, if you're from the US, use forex.com. They have very low balances and it's self-custodial, so you're not like kind of tied up with a prop firm.
Good name.
And it's really like you can get into it very, very easy. You could literally put like $50 if you're from the U.S., because of the Dodd-Frank Act, you're only able to leverage up to 50 to 1. I heard it's illegal to get those 100 to 1 leverage or 500 to 1 leverage if you're a U.S. person. But yeah, I have really good experience with Forex.com. It's a really good platform. You can also use it if you're from Canada and the UK. Minimum is $50 to deposit, and you have access to all the major pairings like the Japanese yen to USD, and a lot of different things. There's like a lot of different strategies too. If you want to learn more about it, there's a website called forexfactory.com, and it teaches you a lot. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, bro. Yeah, the 25K funded account is like $250 on FTMO. So it's definitely not for everyone, but it's something I wanted to share.
Yogi?
What's going on? Hey, I noticed. I was just scrolling Twitter while listening to everybody, and I noticed. I know we were talking about Meerkats this morning, and they're, according to their numbers as of right now, it looks like they're gonna have about 4K available for minting.
And what were we saying ahead of time, that it wasn't going to go to mint or not? It was
Yeah, we
always
were
going to go
saying
to
there
mint.
were going to be a whole bunch of airdrops, and then you had to have different tiers for minting, right? So if you had
Yeah.
1,000 MAD, then you got to mint first.
Yes, and then 500 MAD and then 250 MAD, I believe, is the three. That's basically the three whitelist tiers.
We were saying it probably wouldn't make it to 250.
Yeah, it might not make. I don't think it might not make it to public mint, but I mean, it is 4K mints available, and it's still gonna be like $329 for whitelist mint. So I don't know. It may make it to public.
Are we going to see some positive price action or what?
You never know. I think you're still gonna have. So you got 9K airdrops. So I'm thinking they're still gonna have some paper hands that's just gonna flip, for 250 bucks on secondary when they open up. I believe. You know how that works. Especially if somebody's getting 15, 20 of them, if they've been accumulating tree houses and regular cats all this time.
Yeah, and then we might have some negative price action on Crow because people might have just bought those to get the airdrop and then get rid of them.
That is correct. People might have been doing that. We'll just have to wait and see.
I'm tired, y'all. Drew, what's up, man?
Before you end off the space because you're tired, brother, which I would be too if I did two spaces a day. But I'm gonna be giving away a 1-of-1 dragon in the space in about 12 minutes. My weekly update space. It's gonna be hosted on my account this time, not Martek's account, because he is busy doing some IRL stuff. But if any of you want to stop by, we are giving away that 1-of-1 dragon to gear up for our main game launch to everyone. Going to be talking a little bit more about that in the space today as well. So definitely stop in if you can, as long as you're interested. Don't just stop in for the giveaways because, yeah.
When I wind up, yeah.
Yo, that dragon's mine. Don't stop there. Don't even show.
It is a cool dragon.
You just
2-minute
came on me
warning.
there, brother. Yo,
Roll
I just
up,
want to
yo.
say one thing, man. DeFira just put out a tweet, and I just want to say, look at that VVS mold. Look at that graphic. That shit looks fire.
That's you, motherfucker.
That's me on that graphic.
That's dope.
Alpha, short and sweet. From picking up the different pieces of the conversations on the Meerkats and the airdrop, I think you may see some negative price action, like lowering of the floor on Meerkats and Degens, possibly even the tree
yeah, no, I
houses.
was talking about tokens like MMF, MAD.
MAD, I'm not sure, because MAD is going to start being used for the arena. So I think that action is actually going to start going back up. But one thing people need to keep in mind is I want to say your degens and your cat that you're going to be able to use in the arena. So if that floor is dropping and it's hard, when that arena comes back, guys, those prices are going to go right back up. That the polys are going to be able to be used in the arena. Take that how and for
Yeah, we're losing you, buddy. Happy 420, everybody. We did it again. Can you believe it? We burned through all 3 420s. Like we do every damn day. And we're going to keep doing it. CDN, what's up?
Bach, bro, you were first. Go ahead.
Oh, Bach, what's up?
Yeah, no, just a quick show, but I'm going to be hosting a Solidity course in my Discord. It's going to be a 10-part course, kind of going from super beginner level all the way to advanced level. We are also going to be using this to recruit talented minds, really, to help me build some stuff. So I'm going to be announcing that on my Twitter. So if you want to join in, you don't need to hold any NFTs. You don't need to hold any Bach token or anything. Just jump in the Discord. I'll be sharing my screen. And like I say, we'll be building like a contract that's like a bank or, just kind of like small example.
I like this vibe, man. What happened to we're a private club? If you don't have one, fuck off.
Yeah, but I need to kind of recruit some just you kind of this is a really good recruiting technique, and I think there's a lot of talented people that are in the space, and they will probably as we kind of get to the harder topics, it just weeds itself out. So definitely, if you want to kind of throw yourself in the ring. The courses are probably going to be an hour, 30 minutes, and we're just going to be going into like, very simple things, showing you how to deploy things, showing you how to use hard hat or truffle, how to use Visual Studio Code, just these things that are, but yeah, that's sort of my show.
What time is your class, Bach?
I'm going to be posting it. I'm most likely going to do it around like, probably like if you're in New York around after bell closes, so like 4 p.m. EST. Wait, actually, probably can't do that. Your space goes on. Probably after, whenever you see how this space ends, like
Right
right
after
around.
the jungle? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's a good time. People aren't working.
Yeah. They're always looking for something to do after the jungle.
Yeah, it's
and
gonna
this
be
is like the best thing they could do, sounds like.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 10 course, so but basically about 15 hours or so, and over the span of like say 2 weeks, and yeah, if you got what it takes, definitely looking to bring you onto the team.
That sounds pretty dope.
prerequisites?
Yo, Bach, what would you say your technical experience should be with this type of course? Like, is this for really, really dummies, or is this like
We're gonna start off like just really, really, really simple. Like we're gonna just explore like a standard, like all the like interfaces like ERC20, ERC721, just showing you how to read a contract, explaining like what UINT 256 is, things like that. We're probably gonna go over a little bit of like where Solidity came from, like C++ and the origins of it, and then we're gonna go more into like the actual like implementation. Like, we're gonna have like problem sets. Like, okay, we have this problem. How do we solve this with a contract?
Yeah, that sounds dope. I wish you would have scheduled this ahead of time.
Oh no, it's not today.
It's not today.
I'm gonna post it out there. I'm just kind of putting in the
That's
ethos, and it's gonna be scheduled. And you join in the Discord, and I'll share my screen, and we'll just kind of go over, And I think if at the end of the 2 weeks, if you paid attention, I think you should be able to deploy, any kind of contract with your logic that you have in mind. And if you can last all the way to the end of it, and start like messing with contract that interacts with other contracts or delegate calls or emitting events, things like these, like could definitely probably help me in some of the things that I'm trying to work with. And I'll unveil a little bit of what Solidity Plus that I'm building for that course. So yeah, I'll put that out there. Mooney, I'll send you the. Damn, I think you're like the Mooney, but Mike, I'll send you the link whenever I have it up.
Word. Thank you. You're not
I'm
building an army,
interested
right?
too. Do you have to know C++ or something before you start?
No, not at all. But I think I'll explain a little bit like how Solidity is very similar to C++, and some of the structures and the patterns that we see in Solidity. That's basically the same. And then like kind of like mid tier, we'll go into a little bit into assembly and how you can use assembly to save a lot of gas and play more with the memory allocation on the EVM. And yeah.
Very cool. CDN and then low based.
So check this play out. You guys were talking about Minted the other day and getting those listing rewards, right? I was checking it out, and we have DG Pals, right, who have been, so their unlimited collection is listed under the listing rewards, and they have within that collection their eggs that you've been receiving as free airdrops and minting into NFTs. So those aren't playable right now in the game, so no one's really buying them. So if you have any of those, you could list them up on Minted, keep it above the floor price, like keep it like around 25% higher. No one's really going to buy it because the characters aren't playable, and you'll get some minted rewards from that.
That's what's up. And the play is, fill up that 48-month 420% APR vault. That's what
Yes, that's the big play right there. Alpha's spot on with that. Just
Hell
keep
yeah.
upgrading those vaults. Upgrade them all the way to the 48s, man.
Low base, what's up?
This is a question for Bach. I mean, that course is kind of blowing my mind and kind of something that I was really looking into. But say that you're having to work during that time, is there a way to review back? I see he's in the listeners, but it was like a question for him if we can like review
Oh,
back
snap.
at a
Yeah,
later
he's coming
time.
back up.
I might try to record it. I don't know if you can hear me, but I might try to record it, but probably not. But I'll figure out a way to get a good recording because I really want to just like a live audience and people to ask questions. But yeah, it's most likely going to be like a little bit after this space. What's a good time for you? Where are you from?
It's crazy. I'm actually from California, and we miss 420 for California every day, by the way. Let everybody know. But, yeah.
Like 2 p.m. for you right now, right? Or something?
It's 3:28.
3:30. Okay.
I miss California. We try to make it work for everybody.
But yeah,
we should really.
I'll try to record it though, low bass. But I definitely think for like, because sometimes you watch a recording, and it's just like, but it's much better to kind of be in there and, like you have any questions and, and before when I release the first course, I'll like kind of just like almost like going to college, I'll release like a little syllabus of what we're gonna go over and, get it done, and yeah.
Get her done. Yogi, close us out, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's midweek. So you said boxes this week. So tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. Heard anything?
Got to be one of these days. I got to
Right?
talk to Brian. Yep.
I mean, the week's getting closer to the end.
It does that.
And I mean, you got to give us a heads up. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say, okay, boxes are coming out today. Can't be doing that.
Oh, we'll give you a heads up. At least a couple hours. Boxes are coming. What else is coming? A lot's happening on Friday. I can't even think off the top of my head.
Yeah,
it's on the calendar, right?
Friday.
Meanies
Yes.
announced their launch date tomorrow too.
Who did?
The Meanies are going to announce their launch date
Oh, the
tomorrow.
meanies.
Lost toys. Ooh.
Lost toys.
Yes.
Looney corns. Do I have a looney corn? I hope so. I gotta check.
Still got my 2 in my VIP. Chill.
Well, it's 6:30. Things are looking up. Things are feeling good. I'm glad everybody's here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being on your best behavior. On behalf of Natalie and Lo and Sean and everybody up here, drink your water, brush your teeth, own your keys, own your crypto. You know the deal.
And
This is
return your phone
DeFi.
call.
Return phone calls, wear your seatbelt. But don't ever tell your seed phrase to anybody. That's all I care about. Write it down, put it someplace safe, laminate it if possible, and then show somebody what you did. Show them how to do it. Do it nicely. And we'll meet you back here in the morning. Crofam for life. I don't care.
Crofam for life.
Bye.